Hey, what is up, guys? And welcome back to another Magic Gathering online challenge. We're back with Karn Eldrazi Ramp on the play for game 1. Turn 3 Karn could be okay. I'll keep. We also have some decent hits off the top. Thinking Malevolent Rumble, of course, a Soul Land. We'll go Stomping Grounds tapped and pass. Decided to make a few adjustments to the list, namely -1 Commercial District +1 Hedge Maze, -1 Talisman of Impulse +1 Tau. Hello, Flagstones. In energy, you scare me because that tells me you might have Boom Bust. And that is frightening. Please no. I'm really tempted to Ghost Quarter the Flagstone. I'm not gonna lie here. I am not gonna lie. I'm very tempted to hit that Flagstones. Let's go Soin Myco Spawn. That K return in Yard is solid. We'll hold up the ability to respond. Ideally, we can cast Myco Spawn on turn 2. Alternatively, we can hold up for K command X equals 1 or X equals 2, and then Soin Myco Spawn on 3. Especially if they don't have a land here, that might be solid. Okay, they don't. Interesting. I guess actually this is on 3, not on 2. But same idea would apply. So yes, if we Ghost Quarter, hell, I could just go X equals 1, but I think we go X equals 2. Does it really matter? I guess X equals 2 does hold up for a Johnny. But we probably want to get rid of the Guide of Souls regardless. We could block the Ocelot Pride, X equals 2. Yeah, let's do that. Alternatively, could always just Null Drifter now to sweep. That is an idea, actually. I'm not sure that's necessary, though. I'm going to hold. Another Ocelot Pride. ETB trigger. What do you put this on? Put it on self, on cat. That is fine if it's on cat. I'll go to blocks. Block Ocelot Pride. Command. Oh, X equals 2 would still require a land off top, wouldn't it? I wonder if I should, in that case, do this. And one more. I'll take the 4. They won't. I guess they'll still get a cat regardless, yeah. Bottom. Top and draw. So we've drawn to a submit a value spell. That would be solid, because then we could sweep. Triggers. Draw. No such luck. So in that case, how do you want to proceed? So we have access to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We could kick Myco Spawn, get rid of their 1 land. I could... Yeah, let's just do this then. 1, 2, play Talisman. I will evoke the Null Drifter. Take the 1 and draw 2. Utopia Sprawl, that's solid. No. Yes. Evoke. In that case, play Cavernous Souls, name Eldrazi. For green. And pass. Next turn I can kick a Myco spawn if they don't draw into a land. They finally draw into a land. Shock, Sacred Foundry. Boom, bust. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, if that's really what they want to do here, when that's their first time they could actually play a 2-mana value spell, I'm thinking I'm okay with that. Draw. Do I need to Utopia Sprawl here? Not really. So I could do a couple things. I could just play KGC. Play KGC. Utopia Sprawl, again for red. Minus KGC. Yes. For liquid metal coating. And pass. And pass. Ideally we can kick a Myco spawn and then strip mine 2 times. If you want a Galvanic Discharge, that's fine. A Johnny. Discharge. Opponent didn't. Only remove 2 loyalty counters. Why would you do that? Weird. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 into 8. Kick. E-temp. Play lab. No imprint. Play coding. Activate coding. Tick up Karn on Parlor. And pass. And pass. Why would they just not kill Karn? Unless maybe they have a Guide of Souls and the thought is the flip. I mean, I'll block the cat. Yeah, that's fine. You can't play a red permanent, so you'll flip a Johnny, you'll make a cat, but then what? Pay cost for an Ocelot Pride. Draw. Emrakul 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Target planes. Get rid of planes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So yeah, I can Malevolent Rumble. Grab a Null Drift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sanctum of Ugin, no reason to trigger that right now. Opponent scoops it up. What a weird game. Not entirely sure what to think of that, I'll be honest. Alright, let's see here. Against Energy, we're just going to be cutting the Gems, Ghost Quarter and Emrakul for Dismember. I've thought about going like full in with more of a lock or prison style, kind of the same way we do with Prowess, with Trinisphere, with Chalice, EE, etc. But Energy feels slow enough to where I don't necessarily need that. That's weird to say that, like, it is slower than prowess. Like, that's just a matter of fact. Their game plan is much more, it's much easier to interact with by comparison. Let's see, I'll keep. I'll love to see a soul land off top. With Boom Bust, I guess it doesn't matter if we go for a basic or not, does it? Yeah, it's a bit annoying. Flagstones again. Guide of Souls. Draw. Dismember, you say? I mean, I'm tempted to just dismember that, but I'm not exactly too concerned. I'll fetch. Forest. Sprawl. Let's go for blue or for red. We can go for blue. And pass. And pass. Yeah, Boom Bust. Arid Mesa. Fetch. Sacred Foundry. Shock. What are you casting? It is Boom Bust. Yeah. I mean, it's good, don't get me wrong. Do I think it's right? Probably not. I think it actually slows you down and hurts you more than it hurts me. But I also now need to draw into lands, right? So give and take. Do you find the breeding pool? I don't need to cast this Dismember right now, so I think we go breeding pool, shock, Utopia Sprawl for red, and pass. We have Dismember next turn. Again, I'm hoping that we find ourselves with a soul land off top. Molten Ring. Failed Mirror Breaker's fine. Triggers Guide of Souls. And I've dealt myself more damage than they've dealt me at this point. Draw. Chrysalis. Tapped. I need a land ASAP. Pass. Trigger Fable. Pitching. Flage. They do have a land, so Flage can come out regardless. Yeah, that's a bit unfortunate, isn't it? Because we can go down to 11. Yeah, I'm not sure how to proceed with this then. Yeah, double red, double white, so they don't need the treasure. If I dismember the Guide of Souls, it'll probably save me 4 life in the long run. Not my preferred, but it is what it is. Down to 11, down to 9, down to 6. Lethal on board. Should have went to combat. That's my mistake. The flying Flage would be an issue. Down to 9. There's Flage. Yeah, I mean, Boom Bust is good. It sent me back 2 turns. Down to 6. Lethal's on board. If I can get a soul land off top, we can Kozilek's Command. Wear Tear. Okay. Still soul land top. Well, no, now I can't. Really? Yeah, we'll concede. The fact that we weren't able to cast the Writhing Chrysalis because they took out 1, 2, 3 mana's worth. Jeez. Yeah, you got it. That is rough. Alright, on to game 3. I'll cut the gemstone and bring back in the Emrakul. Run it back. Boom Bust. Yeah. And I guess if it works, it works. I can't deny the results. Though I do question the method. I'll keep. Thankfully, on the play, they can't Boom Bust fast enough. So we'll go Windswept Heath fetch, Utopia Sprawl for red, though actually we should probably fetch for a non-basic, because Boombust doesn't care for basic or non-basic, right? So if we just go Boombust Breeding Pool, let's do that. Draw, Windswept Heath, shock, fetch shock, Breeding Pool, shock, Utopia Sprawl for red, pass. I'll then E-Temp, cast Writhing Chrysalis. Ragavan or Guide? There's Ragavan. We have a blocker though. Perfect. And pass. And hold. Arid Mesa. Ocelot Pride. And pass. 2, 4, 6, 8. I'm gonna go Eldrazi Temple. I'm going to kick a Sowing Mycospawn. I'll kick the Sacred Foundry. 2, 4. So what I'll do is I'm going to go Ugin Lab. I'm going to imprint the Null Drifter. This way next turn we can play Ugin. And we hold. Elegant Parlor. Yeah, if we just sit back with Ugin, we win. So I'm not too worried about that. Flagstone, do you have Boombust? Goblin Bombardment is fine. In fact, I'll probably exile Bombardment with Ugin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No reason not to play the E-Temp here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is there any way? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. No. So in that case, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exile Bombardment. Plus Ugin. Malevolent Rumble. We'll hold. And hold. And Bone scoops it up. We'll take the W. Solid round 1. We'll be back for round 2. Alright, and we're back for round 2. On the play for game 1. Let's take a look. I mean, this is a rumble. I will keep. So we have a few different options. We can go Temple, Shock, Breeding Pool, Rumble. If we draw into a command, we can go Temple, Temple, Command, Breeding Pool, Cyrus, 7 deaths. So we have a lot of good options available to us, so definitely keepable. I want to keep my options open by going Eldrazi Temple first. That way we can either Rumble or Command. I think Chris is still doing kind of subpar. I do wonder if we need to cut it at some point and or try something else, but I'm not sure what that something else would be is the problem, right? Opponent goes down to 6 cards. We'll pass with Temple. And pass. Marsh Flats, pass, draw, command, Temple, hold up the ability to respond. fetch. Elegant Parlor. A little bit worried that it could be... Oh, yeah, Static Prison would tell me that it's not, in fact, Ruby Storm, so we're good there. Let's see if they plan a Johnny on 2. Flooded Strand. I guess it could still be, but there's Guide of Souls. And passing. End step. I'll cast Kozilek's Command. I think I will exile the Guide of Souls regardless. And done. And hold. Draw. Kozilek's Return is solid. I'll shock in the Breeding Pool. Again, Sire 7 Death is extraordinarily hard for most creature decks to deal with. Static Prison actually is a really good option, but they don't run too many anymore. So short of them having another one in hand, the Sire 7 Death is going to run rampant until they can't actually deal with it any longer. Static Prison. That'll still also set them back a turn. And we can always EE for 1 with Karn if it comes down to it. Oh, I had to put the ward trigger on the stack? That's weird. Down to 11. Red for Ragavan. There's Ragavan. Do they have a third land? They do not. Alright. Draw. Null Drifter. Let's start off with Rumble, so I can have a blocker. Sanctum of Ugin. Yes, I would really have loved a red source, I think. And pass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We could also just hold for Drift. Nice part about them not having the Guide of Souls, eventually that Static Prison is going to go away. Galvanic Discharge. In response, I'll sack the spawn. It means that they don't get the 3 energy. We'll take the 1 from the Ragavan. It's unlikely that they'll be able to cast whatever they hit. Malevolent Rumble, stand corrected. So they're going to be looking for a land. They whiff hard on the land. Discharge will whiff. I imagine they go Ocelot Pride. Choose Ocelot Pride. And draw. Wooded Foothills. So I can do a couple things here. We can go Wooded Foothills. I can fetch for a Stomping Ground. Make sure I have that available to me. I do. I'm going to go Stomping Ground. Yes. And I'm going to cast Null Drifter here. I want them to commit to board a little bit more before I cast this return. Sanctum of Ugin trigger. I'm going to say yes. I'm going to name Emrakul. Emrakul the Promised End. So now they have an Emrakul bearing down on them, so I'm getting back that Sire 7 Deaths one way or another. Arena of Glory. We do need to worry about Flage a little bit. Red, white. So they won't be able to escape and haste the Flage just yet. If they have a treasure, then maybe. There's Fable. Fable's fine. I'll block. So you can Galvanic Discharge if you want. Yep. So they get another energy counter for a Static Prison, but I'm not too perturbed by this. Alrighty, so how do you want to proceed here? We can go Temple. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I can't play Chrysalis and... So I think I will just cast Emrakul. Alright, opponent. Our turn, comrade. And I'm going to get that Cyrus 7 deaths back too. One scoops it up. I'll take the win against Energy for game 1. Let's move on to game 2. Bring in Dismember. Cut Ghost Quarter. Cut Emrakul and run it back. Yeah, I mean, that early Cyrus 7 death was just really hard for them to deal with. Sire is a very good card in non-interactive metas. And I definitely would say that this meta does count. I mean, most of the removal is in the way of Static Prison, which is kind of a 2 of. Let's see, Solitude, which in some decks can be run a bit higher. We do need to play around things like... Okay, this is interesting. I'll keep this. Things like Charmal now. You can't really play around Stone Rain, so it is what it is, or rather Molten Rain, right? So we'll pass. Sacred Foundry, Shock for Ragavan. Probably the worst turn 1 play we could see. Would love to see a Dismember potentially. No Dismember. In that case, we'll go Verdant Catacomb, fetch. For a Forest, doesn't necessarily matter, though actually does. Charmal can destroy non-basics, so I do want to go Forest here and go red. And pass. So the worst thing we could see here is a turn 2 Molten Rain off the treasure. It's a Myco spawn. Would have liked that. And Molten Rain? Yes. So, like I said, worst case scenario right there. Would love a Soul Land, no Soul Land. We'll play the Temple and pass, as I don't have much in the way of choices. I will hold up to the later spawn on the off chance that we should cycle the command in case they have another Molten Rain. It's a Kozilek's command, that would have been nice as well. Looks like another Molten Rain. Bombardment, actually fine. And any 1-mana spells. Looks like a Guide of Souls. That will be fine. Land. So now raises the question of, do we need to cycle for a land? I think I do, unfortunately. Oh, I messed that up. Yeah, a little bit rough here. That Molten Rain really set us back. Best thing we could find here is a lab. Okay, we're in trouble. And pass. We have 21 lands. So we have 19, 18 left. A Johnny, which means they can flip a Johnny. Not much we could have done about the token. Also, we could have threatened it, but they would have sacked the bombardment, so same difference. Trigger Johnny, deal me 3. Trigger Guide of Souls, and then they'll be able to float the Ragavan, hit me for 5, down to 6. And realistically speaking, based on the current board state, that Molten Rain pretty much locked things up in their favor. I mean, not much we can do about a turn 2 Molten Rain. If they were on the draw, then it would be a lot different, but being on the play is rough here. Dismember will only get us so far. I'm able to get the damage from the Ragavan. I'll take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's still dead. Okay, you can see. So loss for game 2, on to game 3. Let's go to sideboard. Well, it's always good to win game 1. Tell you what. Got the gemstone, bring back the Emrakul, and run it back. Yeah, moments like this with the high impact sorcery spells make me always wonder if Warping Wail would be in order. But on the play for game 2, or game 3, I'll keep. Trying to see here. There's a chance we draw into either a temple or another lab. So I will imprint the Worldbreaker and pass. If we don't, then we can Verdant Catacombs and sweep with Return and or Kozilek's Command X equals 1. Arid Mesa, fetch for Sacred Foundry, shock, and Ragavan. So we're most likely going to be K command X equals 1 then. Jukabog, no soul lands, so I will fetch. I guess I should have probably held in retrospect. I'm tempted actually to grab a forest, but the Kozilek's return. I'm gonna go Stomping Ground shock. I'll hold up. We did a telegraph, but I don't think it's really gonna change their plays. And neither is going to change ours, so I'm going to ramp and exile the Ragavan. And done. Is that not going to exactly change our play? Back to the Arid Mesa. Imagine they go for a Johnny. If so, we're going to sweep the K return. A little bit rough, though. Guide of Souls resolves. And Ocelot Pride resolves. Trigger. Draw. Utopia Sprawl. So that gets a bit dicey, right? Like on one hand, I do want to cast this return. We also can't let the Guide of Souls float. I'd like to cast this Bajuka Bug, but I'd like to do it after I return. But I also don't want to miss my land drop. So kind of a iffy situation. I'll Bajuka Bug and target you. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. Yeah, if we drawn into another green source, that would have probably been the best case scenario, right? Let's see if they attack first. They will attack first. I'll take the damage. Clearly they are thinking that we have the Kozilek's return. They'd be right, but taking 3 damage is acceptable here. Now it gives them a decision of whether or not they will cast something in second main phase. They'll choose not to. Triggers the Ocelot Pride, triggers the Guide of Souls. That will resolve. I currently have access to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana, but I will K return. And done. I will Malevolent Rumble or will I Myco Spawn? The nice thing about Myco Spawn here is that I would be able to set up for a Cyrus 7 Deaths next turn if I draw into a land. We could also Malevolent Rumble and try and set up that way as well without giving up on dodging the Charmal. Because right now I'm a bit worried about putting a colorless... Actually, we can play around it. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. A little bit unorthodox, but I think it's correct. So in Myco Spawn, I'm going to grab a forest to play around the Charmal. Play Utopia Sprawl for blue. And pass. This way all we need still is a land. Raven Charm. What else would that be? Wear Tear? Raven Charm. Okay. Yep, they'll take out the Rumbles. They'll be able to cast things without having to worry about getting swept. Static Prison, targeting what? I think the Myco Spawn might be the wrong choice there, but that's my personal opinion. Ragavan will be able to do some damage, especially as they're land light. Thankfully, we'll find ourselves with a wooded foothill. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on a fetch for a forest. And cast Sire 7 Deaths and pass. They're probably going to wish they had held that Static Prison, unless they do have another one in hand. No attacks. Writhing Chrysalis, let's attack with the Sire 7 Deaths. I will Malevolent Rumble. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm actually going to grab the Sowing Myco spawn because they're already land light and I want to kick them while they're down. We'll continue to play around the Charmaw by not grabbing a colorless source, instead grabbing a Hedge Maze to set up for our next turn. Another Sowing Myco spawn. I mean, I know we're beating a dead horse, but I think we're in the clear to do so. They didn't have any 2-mana casts before. I'm doubting they have any 2-mana casts now. And opponent scoops it up. Solid stuff. Alright, well, that is win for round 2. We'll be back for round 3. Alright, and we're back for round 3 on the draw for game 1. You might notice that my timer's a bit burned. Yep, I'll just say something happened and leave it at that. I also was a little bit panicked, so I may have taken a bit of a rough hand. We'll see how well this works. Ideally, we need to find ourselves into a soul land for Chrysalis and the Karn, especially if this is a mirror match. If it's Tron, we might be at a significant disadvantage. So we'll have to wait and see. Sire 7 Deaths, Talisman of Impulse. Looks like it is a mirror match. Thankfully, they have a slow start as well. I'll actually join at the Stomping Grounds, tapped, and pass. Interesting that they didn't grab a lab. Have a temple instead, but no follow-up. We'll play Cavernous Soul, name Eldrazi, and play Rumble. I'll have to go with the Verdant Catacombs here and pass. No way to really interact. They have a K command. They will exile the spawn most likely. Doing so would be pretty unfortunate for me. Interesting. Yep, there's the K command. The question is, do they do the right thing and exile the spawn? If so, it's going to set me back unless I draw into a soul land, specifically a temple based on the hand. They do not, though, which is interesting. This could mean they have a soul land into a Myco spawn. Yeah, most likely, but if that's the case, why didn't they grab the Ugin lab so they could have gone K command X2? Unless maybe the Stomping Ground is what they... No, they played that on 1. So maybe the temple was the one they grabbed? That would make the most sense, either that or the command. Because yeah, if it was between temple and lab, I guess temple's the right play-ish. Personally, I probably would have taken the lab. It enables more lines, specifically with talismans and so on, right? So that's maybe the only explanation. Pass. I mean, we could get to a Karn on 3, and if we can do that, we might be able to bring this back into our favor. The alternative option is a Writhing Chrysalis. So no kicked Myco spawn. Is this the Writhing Chrysalis of their own? It is a Writhing Chrysalis. We can Verdant Catacombs and fetch. I'll go for a forest. The question now becomes this. Do I go Karn? Karn will die to Chrysalis if so probably the best play for us is another Chrysalis as well. Oh, there's my timer. Yeah, I thought the round was not going to be done that quick. Normally they average about 45 minutes. This one clearly did not. They do kick a Myco spawn. It's not the end of the world. We'll be able to command X equals 2. Still have 6 cards in hand, though. I mean, I guess we both do. We haven't been playing all too much. 6 cards and 6 card types. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. A soul land actually does get us to Emrakul, which could be pretty significant. Granted, they don't interact with our lands. Otherwise, we can always K command, though K command's already in the yard. Right now, as far as cards we're missing in yard, we're missing Enchantment and Planeswalker. There's Rumble, and I imagine they grab the Myco spawn. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, they'll be able to kick Myco spawn. I'll send me back a land, which means no Emrakul. They could choose Emrakul. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They'd be 1 short. That opens them up to... Myco spawn's the right choice. Okay. We'll kick the Myco spawn, grow the Chrysalis, and remove a land from board. There's already a creature in yard, so blocking with the Chrysalis wouldn't be a good option. The question then becomes whether or not we want to then press Karn or not. Plays a forest. They can sack 2. Resolve. Resolve. There's the kicked Myco. Yes, I mean, we'll pass in full. There isn't much we can do. Though actually I should hold up in case they try and K command one of my spawns, I suppose. Best thing they can probably hit here is the Cavernous Souls. They were smart for grabbing that. We'll take the 5 off this Chrysalis if they attack. They missed on the Bajuka Bog. I mean, yeah, they don't have the Bajuka Bog, so the best thing they can probably grab is a temple, I'd imagine. We can, of course, play our own Writhing Chrysalis. Thinking. There's temple. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So they do have enough for Emrakul next turn. So it might be right to play Karn into Crypt. Damn, I really need a land, though. So we could X equals 2, try and dig. Yeah, not having a land drop is a problem. Done. Okay. If we want Breaker, we actually might, funny enough. So let's... Well, no, I can't do it this turn, so I actually should bottom this. Should I bottom it? And bottom top. Imprint Emrakul. The nice thing is here, we'll be able to get to KGC, Tormod's Crypt, and then empty their yard. So they themselves can also not cast Emrakul. Always yield. Cast KGC. Minus KGC. The only downside is KGC is guaranteed dead. Tormod's Crypt. Cast Tormod's Crypt. And go to their upkeep. No attacks. So I'll Tormod's Crypt now and pass. There's no Emrakul. If they're forced to attack. Now, the nice thing is here, we could block with a Chrysalis, but if they have a K command to buff it, I mean, they could have just killed it regardless, right? Might be better for me to actually kill the Myco. We'll do that. So that'll put 7 types in yard, which is nice. Karn down. Again, they're short on Bajuka Bog. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Too short on the Emrakul. 2, 4. Looks like a World Breaker, a Sire, 7 deaths. Devour, that's fine. If all they're casting is Devour, they have pretty low impact hand. Oh boy. This does mean we can't go for Karn this turn, though. We still missed our land drop, too. We could try and get lucky and try and find a land drop, I suppose. At the same time, Writhing Chrysalis kind of acts as our land drop, so let's go Writhing Chrysalis instead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll pass. Here's my only concern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, they're at 11, so that's fine. They need specifically a soul land in order to hit it. Though they put another type in yard here, they would just need 1 land. They don't though, so we'll hedge our bets. Ancient Stirrings is fine. Not ideal, but fine. Question is what they find. Worst case scenario would be a World Breaker or a Sowing Myco Spawn. That'd be the worst case scenario. Seven, 8, 9, 10, 11. A soul land off the top would be ideal because then we could cast our Emrakul. That would be ideal. Temple. Oh shit. If they have Emrakul, they have it. Damn it. Yep, that's an Emrakul, alright. This means our best thing we can do here is going to be target self with the spawns. They're going to sacrifice them anyways. Of course I'm not finding lands. Come on now. I mean, they don't want to cast anything here, realistically speaking. All they probably want to do is slam this Chrysalis into Emrakul and the other one into Devourer. What's our best case scenario here is the question. I'm not sure we have one is the problem. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, I'm not sure we have one. We have no K returns in Yard. Return Emrakul to hand probably wouldn't help them too much. If I can somehow put up enough of a front to block both Devour and Chrysalis, then we might be able to survive a turn. Sprawl one of their lands. Ugh. Insulting. And draw. Cavernous Souls gets us to 4, but to what end? Nothing of substance. We go up to 11. I don't have the ability to plus on an artifact, not to mention we need 2 blockers. So 10. We can draw 2 off a Null Drifter, but that does nothing. Do I have any outs? I don't think I do. We'll concede. Well, that could have gone better. Let's grab Consigned Memory, and we don't need much else. Got the K returns, and run it back. For what it's worth, based on the hand we kept, honestly, I'm not too disappointed by those results. I think the only thing we could have done better is probably have realized... No, I guess it wouldn't have mattered. If we had cast the K command, target the spawn, they would just sacrifice the spawn, right? They still would have had the mana. So there really wasn't anything we could have done. Ugh. I mean, I hedged my bets against Soul Land, and we unfortunately bit it. And he knew we were playing around Emrakul that entire time. Maybe my best move may have been, instead of casting the Chrysalis, cast the Karn -4 bridge, because even if they killed Karn, then I would have been able to still play the bridge. Yeah, maybe. And the only way they would have been able to play through that would have been a World Breaker. Yeah. In retrospect, that may have been the right play. On the play for game 2. I'll keep. This could be a turn... I guess a turn 3 Karn at the earliest. Yeah, there's no other way around that. But we get to Malevolent Rumble. If we draw into a Soul Land or find a Myco spawn, we might be able to kick on 3. But a Karn on 3 is good. But Jugabog will help as well to try and play around an Emrakul. Mulligan's a 6. Imprint World Breaker. And pass. And pass. Forest. Stirrings. Okay. Emrakul. You can play around that. That's fine. Forest. Rumble. For Temple. This way, if we draw into a Myco spawn, we can kick with it. And pass. Temple. Probably has a K command. So in that case, I will play KGC 2, 4, 6, but we can't play the Chrysalis. So yes, we'll play KGC. I'll minus KGC. I'll grab Liquid Metal Coating and pass. Next turn I can play Writhing Chrysalis as a blocker, or Sire 7 Deaths as a blocker. No K command, that's solid. So yeah, we'll play Writhing Chrysalis and Liquid Metal Coating. And we should be set up to win at that point. Stomping Grounds tapped, really no castables? What in the world? Cavernous Souls, name Eldrazi. Red, green. Chrysalis. Liquid Metal Coating. Coating target Temple. Nature's Claim targeting Coating. That's fine. I still get to take out a soul land for free. So I'm okay with this. And pass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I draw into a untapped land, I can break her as well. 1, 2, 3 types in yard. 7 total. This is a Writhing Chrysalis. Looks like it. 3, 7, 9. Let's take a look. Emrakul 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So what I'll do is this. I'm going to minus KGC. Yes. For Tormod's Crypt. Play Tormod's Crypt. I already have a Rumble in Yard, so I'm not going to be able to Rumble now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Actually, we could play World Breaker. Do we want to play World Breaker over Emrakul right now? I mean, Emrakul is hard for them to deal with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm actually going to cast World Breaker here. Actually, we should do the smart thing here. Trigger 1. 2. 3. Target Temple. And I could play the Bog. 3, 4, 5, 7. Go to combat. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold up Tormod's Crypt. Land. And passing. Consign to memory. I'd love to find a blue source then. There's a Talisman of Curiosity. Yes, I'll grab a Talisman. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'll go to combat. Hold back the breaker for blockers. Block with spawn is fine. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They could K command here. Looks like they are. They need to be careful of this, though. The reason being is I'm not above casting an EE. I think I'll just pass on that for now. Not too worried about the K command as much as I am whatever they want to cast off of it, right? Because the spawns are temporary in the grand scheme of things. Now what they could have done is they could have actually blocked the Writhing Chrysalis with the Writhing Chrysalis and done this and killed the Writhing Chrysalis. They chose against it. Well, plus of Karn on nothing. Holding up the consign. At this point I will Bajuka Bog. Bajuka Bog you. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I do have 13 for next turn. One, two, three. Lab. Imprint. What? Devourer. World Breaker. Targeting Temple. Yep. I'm going to... Actually, I'm kind of tempted to just give them... the body. Well, actually, if I take both... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 12... I'm short 1. What am I missing? Karn's in there, creature's in there, sorcery's in there. Instance not, so this actually will add to it. So yes, I will consign 1, 2, so 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yes, so I will consign. So I will trigger blue, replicate body first. Replicate 1. Trigger second. Pass in full. They attack at Karn. I'll block with World Breaker. And draw. Wooded Foothill. I will cast Emrakul. Emrakul trigger. Plus with Karn. And any reason to go to combat? Yes. No reason not to is the more accurate question. Our turn, comrade. There's Emrakul and a Talisman. Ancient Stirrings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Main. Cast Ancient Stirrings. I'm going to choose to find... Actually, I'm going to choose to find Lab. Any order. Play Lab. Trigger. Imprint Emrakul. This way I can activate World Breaker. Pay 2. Sack, hold priority, activate World Breaker. Pay 2. Sack. And then... Okay. Then Tormod's Crypt. Should have done this after attacks, to be fair, but this should be the cleanest. attack, me, go to blocks, and block. I'll pass and fold, save on time, and pass. I should have left them with just a talisman and 3 lands. Opponent scoops it up. We'll need to make game 3 quick. Yeah, those 7 minutes I lost out on might just cost me. We'll see. I mean, that was a pretty clean win there, I'd say. I will keep looking for a temple off top. Would Foothills fetch? Will they go Utopia Sprawl on 1 is the question. Forest. Sprawl. That is unfortunate. Green, draw, Ghost Quarter. Ghost Quarter does set us both back a turn, but it sets them back 2 resources. I'm gonna Ghost Quarter you. As strange as that sounds. And pass. Wooded Foothill, fetch. Stomping Ground, shock. 2 for a talisman. And then Ancient Stirrings. Yeah, they're up to 3, while we'll be back up to 2, so still kind of behind, further behind than I'd like. The talisman helped them out a lot. I was hoping they just kind of time walk and they'd be down resources, but not the case. The fact that it's a hard decision either means that everything is a good choice or everything's a bad choice, and I'm not sure which. I mean, there's no way that there's no choice. That would just be unreal. All Malevolent Rumbles, all Ancient Stirrings. Imagine. Or Utopia Sprawls. I mean, it's not outside the realm possibility of happening, but it'd be insane. Sanctum of Ugin, probably not their first choice. Draw. Myco Spawn. Utopia Sprawl. For red. And pass. And pass. Sanctum of Ugin. Spawn. Do you still play Ghost Core is the question. If not, you'll probably grab Temple to try and follow up with another spawn. If I can draw into a Temple here, we'll be on even footing, though just 1 turn behind, more or less. So we did delay them for this plan, if only by a bit. There's their Temple. 3 cards in hand. Draw. Talisman. Oh, we can go Cavernous Soul, name Eldrazi. Doesn't look like they're playing Karn, so going Temple or Talisman is effective here. And pass. That will get us 5. We need 1 more land for a kicked Myco Spawn. Let's see what they have in these last 4 cards. They currently have access to 6. Ancient Stirrings down to 5, so no more kicked Myco Spawn at least. Again, either all good choices or all bad choices, because clearly there isn't a easy choice. Again, Karn, Lab. So maybe they didn't need lands. Plays Lab. Do they have an imprint? They do. But nothing after that. Interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Too short on an Emrakul. Speak of the devil, and it shall appear. We can K-command... I guess it would only be x equals 1. Yeah, I'm going to Soin Myco Spawn then. And I think we actually grab a Jukabog. No, 1 over, but that's fine. Yeah, Karn would have taken down Talisman. I guess we should have held up the Talisman of Curiosity to feign for a Consign to Memory, to be fair. Would have been smart, but I overtapped. That's my bad. But Jukabog, just in case, because why else would you go for Sire in that situation? Feels suspicious. Next turn we have a kicked Myco Spawn. They can return Sire to hand. Paying cost for a K command. That might still be enough for the Emrakul is the problem. X equals 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 12. I mean, they should be able to set up for it, is the problem. And that allowed them to kick my Myco Spawn, target my land. Yeah. That could prove to be an issue. Yeah, K command is probably one of the worst possible situations. Because, yeah, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 15. So there's no good way for me to have interacted with that, short of holding up my K command. If I would have held up the Talisman of Curiosity, they probably still would have played it, realistically speaking. I'd be hard-pressed to believe they wouldn't. Oh, they go for a Soin Myco Spawn on Emrakul. Fascinating. I feel like Emrakul actually would have been the right move. But the downside here is they'll be able to Soin Myco Spawn kick regardless. 2 top, 3 bottom, and draw. I need a land off top now, desperately so. Two, 4. Chrysalis. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Emrakul. So they have the Emrakul regardless. I mean, if they attack, we'll block, but they don't. Temple's good, though. Interesting. So even if they kick a Myco Spawn, I guess they could K-command themselves and scry draw Otherwise, they could kick a Myco Spawn, fail to find, leaving me with just 1, 2, 3, 4. Interesting. This does increase the number of types in yard. I need to be careful here of two things. A, time, B, any misplays they might make. I think kicking a Myco Spawn, failing to find might still be correct. Because if they don't, I can play Karn into a bridge. And that's going to be hard for them to deal with. So I don't think K commanding themselves is right. Not to mention I'll add types to... Why would you do that? Oh, you've made a mistake, I think. Also, you should have tapped those to ping me. Are they really going to K command themselves? I think they are. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We'd be one short on our own Emrakul. Why would they do this? I guess this way they can try and find a World Breaker. But if I find a land... 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I need one land. Draw. So I Myco Spawn. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 are one short. The problem now stems from if they do have World Breaker, they have one top 5 bottom. We know that they have a Sowing Myco Spawn in hand. You have access to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 minus 4 would not be enough. 8 minus... Okay, so let's do... 1... 8 minus 2 would be 6. So no, that's not an option either. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the only option I think here is to go Karn. And then Karn for bridge, hoping they don't have Breaker. If they do, we lose. I guess the other option is we go 8 minus 2... 8 minus 4 would be 4. We could kick. We already Ghost Quartered. We have Bajuka Bog. Leave them 1, 2, still enough. So yeah, I think we go Karn into bridge and just simply hope they don't have Breaker. If they don't have Breaker, then we stabilize. Otherwise, I think we're still in a rough position. They'll be able to tackle the Sowing Myco Spawn, yes, but that's a price we have to pay. Okay, do you have Breaker? That's the question. If the answer is yes, you will likely win. Rumble. They find the Breaker. And a Stone Rain to boot, but they go for World Breaker, of course. So they didn't have it. But this will allow them to kill me. Damn. I mean, given the circumstance, I think this was the right choice. If only we had one more type in yard, we would have been able to win. What was my other option? I mean, my other option would have been Sowing Myco Spawn, kick, get rid of lab, and then Sowing Myco Spawn, non-kicked. Maybe that would have been correct. It would allow me to have ramped twice, in that even a Sowing Myco Spawn or a Breaker wouldn't have mattered. In retrospect, maybe that was the right play, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 7, 8, kick, soul land, non-kick, soul land, block, block, take, 13. Yeah. That would then let me cast my Emrakul, would let me cast my Karn, etc., right? Yeah. That may have been the right move. Oh. Well, we're going to be back for round 4 in just a few short moments. Alright, and we're back for round 4 on the play for game 1. I will imprint Ugin or Drifter. That's an interesting thought. I think we can print Null Drifter, actually. Because this allows me to actually get Ugin on turn 3. Imprint Drifter. Cast Talisman. Pass. And pass. Forest. Arboreal Grazer. Looks like it might be Titan. It is Titan. Okay. That is troublesome. Grill Turf up to 3. Yikes. Alright, draw. Temple. I'm tempted to rumble, but I think I will Command X3 instead. We'll just scry draw. Yeah. I feel like they would have played Talisman on 1 if they had Talisman. If they play Spelunky, we can exile with Ugin. Get rid of a Talisman effect. Okay. Interesting. On end step. Cast K command. X equals 3. Bottom. Bottom. Top. Do you have Besage? There's Besage. I'll return Null Drifter to hand. Yes. I'll go for a Stomping Grounds question mark. I'll just go for a forest for now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 minus 4 is 4. I think this is still right. So I'll do this. Let's see. Hold on one sec. I want to make sure that I grab a Ghost Quarter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to actually start with... We already played a land for turn, though. So yeah, I'm just going to kick a Microspawn then. We'll kick Gruel Turf. And opponent concedes. Opponent concedes. Amulet Titan, win for game 1. Let's move on to game 2. Move some sideboard. And take a look at my sideboard guide real quick for Amulet Titan. We're bringing in Consign, Jailer, Brain. So Consign, Jailer, drain, cut, return, keep bog, drop, sire, Emrakul, Chrysalis. And run it back. Let's see if consigned memory can save my butt again. On the draw, I'll keep this. So we go 1. So I think we probably want to pitch the Talisman. Pitch the Talisman. Because the casting window is a bit awkward. The Seiju, Boreal Grazer, Grazer finds, Bounce Land picks up a Seiju. Good news is they can't Seiju the Forest. Finds, Null Drifter, play Forest, name blue. Rumble. Tempted to go Myco Spawn. Myco Spawn will let us pick up a Ghost Quarter, and if we draw into a Soul Land, we would be able to kick it. So we can go Myco Spawn. And pass. And pass. 2. For Explore. Let's say you, opponent. You know you have Beseiju, but do you have any other land? Plays Bojuka Bog, target me. Gets rid of the World Breaker, which is a bit rough, but holds up Beseiju. There's T-West, so that's 4. Would love to see a Soul Land off top. Draw. Consigned Memory is also pretty good. So we can do a couple things here. We could simply hold the Consign. We can't actually K commands the problem, right? So if we cast this, the question then becomes what we grab. I think I grab... Maybe we grab a fetch, actually. That allows us to grab the Breeding Pool or the Hedge Maze in a moment's notice. So I'll grab a fetch. And hold. There's Spelunking, so the Ghost Quarter actually wouldn't have been able to play around that is the problem. Trigger ability, draws a card, puts a land to play. The problem is I still don't have the mana for the K command, and that is genuinely an issue. 1 for Explore. They might just be trying to hard cast the Amulet Titan, or Primeval Titan. 2, 4, 6. They have it? No, they don't. They're missing 1 green source for next turn. Okay, well there's the green source now. But a pause on end step. The good news with Consign is we can stop the Titan from actually searching. That's about it. Karn. Interesting. Karn for bridge would work. We don't have the mana for it is the problem, so I think I need to put you into grave, as unfortunate as that sounds. Draw into a soul land, please. Second consign. It's not enough. So what I'll do is I'm going to evoke a Null Drifter. Give me a soul land, please. You know what? That is close enough. Stomping Grounds. Shock. Utopia, Sprawl on self for blue. We still are missing colorless mana is the only problem. We'll attack the Myco Spawn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but they don't have a red source. We'll block with the Grazer, that's fine. We'll hold up the Consign. Do you have the Titan? It's also possible they don't have it. There's Pact. Pact for what? I'd imagine Titan to act as a bridge to try and go into the combo. Thankfully, we'll stop the initial trigger, and we can even stop the attack trigger as well. There's the Titan, as expected. Titan ETB and Consign. I need a soul land because we can exile the Titan if we find a soul land. And pass. Draw. Son of a... Okay, we'll play the Talisman. And we'll pass. Again, we're going to have to consign the trigger from the Titan. The good news is they're going to tap down 4 for the Pact. Main phase. Combat. Attack trigger. Consign to memory. Take the 6. Down to 11. Give me a soul land for the love of God. Thank you. Cast. Ramp. Exile. Done. Titan down. Play Sire's 7 deaths. Go to combat, attack of spawn, Myco Spawn. Alright, now we're in the hands of Fate. If they have another Titan, we're in trouble. Well, thankfully they can't attack without bouncing this Sire. Do they have it? Shoot, they do. No, they have Colossus. Is that any better? Depends on how many lands they end up with, I suppose. Or it could be a G... Oh, it's Escape Shift. Shit. They need to keep T-West. But they go Lotus Field, bounce land. Then it doesn't really matter at that point. Because now they can go for an Aftermath Analyst line. I'm going to force them to go through it in full. Just because they are at a time deficit. Damn. Yeah, I just needed that soul land a turn sooner, so I could have held up a consign. Because we would have been able to... Well, I guess actually they couldn't play on tap. It's not like they trigger, right? So I guess maybe countering the Lotus Field triggers would work. Because they need to be engraved for the Aftermath Analyst loop. No, because then they would just pact for... I guess I'd have to counter the Simic Growth Chamber trigger and the Lotus Field triggers. Or just the Simic Growth Chamber trigger, because if they can't bounce the T-West, then it doesn't really matter. Yeah. I guess both of those would be options. But them doing this suggests that they have... Whether it be... I guess no, they have T-West, so yeah. Yeah, if we had the consign, we would have been able to, but we do not. If we held the Kozilek's command, then we would have been able to interact, but then they still have a Titan on board, and that's not exactly good either. Pact. Aftermath Analyst will go through the loop. Now, they don't have Shifting Woodland yet, so they do need to go through an extensive line. Because now they're going to have to bounce the T-West for another Pact. And Pact for Titan. So Titan can grab a Shifting Woodland so they can continue the loop. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 types in Yard. So they have Delirium regardless. The next question is whether or not they're on Valakut line or on just the full Aftermath line. Of course, an Otawara can just bounce the Sire 7 Deaths, so they don't even need to go wide. But let's see if they realize that. Because otherwise they can just go Otawara, eventually bounce the Sire, bounce the Myco Spawn, and realistically speaking just loop the loop both, so that way I'm left with nothing but 3 force and call it a day. Interesting. Why go not Besaja, but Bajukabog at that point? There's another Pact. There's the Titan. So they have 2 Pact triggers they need to account for. For some reason I don't die. Because at this point, Titan should grab Mirror Pool, Shifting Woodland. Yep. And then they can make another copy of Titan. Either that or they can make another copy of Aftermath Analyst. The Haste. Shifting Woodland, target Aftermath. Activate Aftermath. I'll go Titan line, so that way they're going to go wide Titans, basically. So we'll end up losing game 2 here. No ifs, ands, or buts about that. Basically, they'll need 4 Hasty Titans unless they go for an Otawara. Shooting Woodlands, Aftermath Analyst. Aftermath Analyst, activate. They're kind of short on mana, I will admit. So they need to be careful. We'll be back on mana. Did they not haste the Titan? No, because they need to sacrifice the Hainweir. So they have to go through a significant loop to get to just one hasted Titan, don't they? Echoing Depths allows them to go for a Hainweir. So this will streamline things a bit. Haste the Titan. And then Mirror Pool, target Titan. Okay, there's the Otawara, which means they have lethal on board. Yep, okay. So they realize all they need to do is that. They didn't need to drink too deep from the well. Triggers. But they're at a 6-minute deficit, so they can't go too long in game 3, but if they can play efficiently like that, then I don't think it's going to matter. Alright. Let's go to game 3. Not much in the way of changes outside of cut the gemstone, bring back the Emrakul, and run it back. I guess we could bring back the Cyrus 7 Deaths, or Chrysalis actually. But I think we already locked it in. No, we didn't. We're good. I like the Chrysalis a bit more just for the ramp, mostly. On the play for game 3. I'll keep. I'd like to see a Soul Land off top. Because we can go Sprawl for blue. Yeah, Stomping Grounds for red. If we find a Soul Land, which we have 8 hits off the top, that'd be excellent. Another option would be going for a Rumble. That would also be okay. So we should have 11 hits off top right now. Eventually on turn 3 we can kick a, or not kick a Myco Spawn, but play a Myco Spawn and grab a Ghost Quarter. So Utopia Sprawl for blue. And pass. And pass. Myco Slink Gardens, Amulet? No Amulet. Second Myco Spawn is actually pretty good. We'll go Misty Rainforest and pass and hold. We'll go for a Hedge Maze on end step. Plays what? They had the Amulet. Why didn't they play it? So they must have drawn into it. Yeah. Pick up what? And then Explore or Grazer. So now they can make it a copy of Amulet. So as much as I would like to go for a Soul Land, we're going to have to go for... whatchamacallit? We're going to have to go for Ghost Quarter. End step fetch Misty Rainforest for a Hedge Maze. Hedge Maze, Sanctum. Might not be bad to actually top this. Yeah, I'll top that. Sanctum. Cast a non-kicked Myco Spawn, and we're gonna grab Ghost Quarter. This way, short of a Lotus Field, we should stop them from casting Titan this turn, right? Saga's fine. Spelunking. Well, that now plays around Ghost Quarter's the problem. Oh boy. You have another land. The best case scenario is they have no lands. Worst case scenario is they have a Lotus Field into Titan. Okay. We have something then. Draw. Stomping Ground Shock. Utopia Sprawl Forest. For red. We'll kick a Myco Spawn. We'll kick the Simic Growth Chamber. We're no longer playing around the Spelunking or Amulet of Vigors, so that's the best case scenario. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In that case, do we want to go Temple? Yeah, I think that's probably the best case scenario. We could always go for a fetch and try and feint a Consign. That actually might not be a bad idea in retrospect, because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They can't interact with the forest all too well. So yes, we'll go Wooded Foothills and just feint that we have one. Or bluff, rather. We'll block. That's fine. I mean, if they have a +1 or a land, they would have played the land, though. No, not necessarily. If they had... That's interesting. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, 4 mana, so now they need a +2. I mean, realistically speaking, yeah. What do you have here? You don't have double green, which is the biggest thing right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So next turn we'll be able to Worldbreaker Spelunking and hold up the Ghost Quarter, which would be ideal. There's the green. They have 4 mana. They could just make a construct and call it a day, and that's exactly what they'll do for a 3-3. Alright. In that case, end step, I will fetch. I'll fetch for a non-basic for a Breeding Pool and put a play tapped. Draw. KGC. Well, now that's interesting, because we could go KGC for 1, get rid of the amulets. Right now they have access to only 2 mana, though. The only problem is a Lotus Field. A Lotus Field would just absolute murder me. I'm going to attack in, see if they want to block. It's bait. They should know it's bait. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, that's fine by me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Get rid of the Spelunking. This now turns on the Ghost Quarter. Unless they have Lotus Field. That's the only thing that can kill me. We've been burned by it before, though. The question then becomes, next turn... I'm going to say no to Sanctum. We have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 with short, so no. And then pass. And we'll hold up the ability to respond. They can grab another amulet, that'd be fine. The alternative is they grab a expedition map and try and find T-West. That could be a problem. There's the amulet, that's fine though. They've been short on lands as well, which is significant for me. They draw into a land. Again, Lotus Field's the worst case scenario. The Seiju's fine. Draw. So in that case, I think we go Karn, EEX1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Yes. We'll want to make use of these sprawls. The alternative is we could Ghost Quarter specifically for, or not Ghost Quarter, but we could Stone Brain specifically for, actually no we can't, 1, 2, 3, 4, we'd be short 1 for Lotus Field without having to hold up Ghost Quarter, so let's attack in, first off and foremost. Down to 9. So we can 1, 2, 3, 4. Cast Karn. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. Minus Karn. Yes. For Engineered Explosives. So I can go EE for 1. And actually, let's see here. Let me first cast Talisman of Impulse. And there's a reason for this. This guarantees me lethal next turn. So for 1. Done. Is there any reason for me to not activate it now? I don't believe so. We'll activate EE and clear and pass. So amulets are out. And we have lethal on board because we can plus Karn on Talisman. And that'll be 10 damage for the win. There we go. Alright, solid win for round 4. We'll be back for round 5. Alright, and we're back for round 5 on the play for game 1. That's a mulligan. This, however, can be a keep. It's a bit awkward, though, I will admit. I'm thinking we go Hedge Maze, Sprawl on 2. Yeah. It's a bit awkward, but doable. The question is whether or not we hit a Utopia Sprawl. And let's set it up like this. So we go Hedge Maze, Sprawl on 2, Lab, Tuck Emrakul. We'll have Cavernous Souls, and then pitch the Utopia Sprawl, hold the Ghost Quarter. I think that makes the most sense. Because yes, on 3 we could Utopia Sprawl, but that will probably be to our detriment, so I think this is fine. Hedge Maze still not a great hit on 1. It actually makes these sprawls worse. If it was a forest, it'd be a different story, right? Well, looks like your opponent might have stepped away from the keyboard, so we'll return when they are back. And just like that, they're back. I'll pitch Sprawl. Looks like opponent's keeping 7, which is a bit worrisome. Hedge Maze, trigger. Eldrazi Temple, top, and pass. This way we can actually end up with a 6 mana on 3. So we draw into a Sowing Mycospawn. That'd be solid, right? Forest, Stirrings. Looks like a mirror match, but potentially a slow start. There's Temple. Could still be something else like Broodscale. Draw. I will go Utopia Sprawl for red. Let's play a Temple or a Lab. I guess that's a good question. I think we go Temple and pass. So our best hit off the top here is definitely a Sowing Mycospawn. We have 4 hits there. Malevolent Rumble would also be good. Consign to memory. Haywire Might. Interesting. So this is starting to look more like Broodscale then. Ugin. I'll imprint Emrakul. And pass. That's currently 4 mana. I guess I should hold up in case of a Seiju. There's Saga, so yes, this is definitely Broodscale. So now the best thing we can draw off the top is Karn, K-Command. There's Rumble. Repast gone. Do they take the Agatha Soul Cauldron? They take the Forest. Vexing Bobble's fine. I could set them back 2 lands. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh boy. I think I'll put Breeding Pool into play tapped. The other option is like we could hit them down. Just trying to think. I could Ghost Quarter their land, but then we're just in a really awkward position. So I think Breeding Pool tapped is right. And then we'll hold 3, 4, 5. I'll have 6 next turn, which means still no Ugin. I'm most worried about this Saga grabbing the Blade of the Blood Chief. There's the Forest. I feel like they had the Blade, they already play it. We could always crack Bauble to draw. Stirrings could also find the Blade, though. There's a K-Command, which allows them the K-Command X equals 3 right now. We'll hold. Draw. Null Drift. As much as I would like to cast Null Drifter for 7, I think that's at odds with what we need to do. So I'm going to evoke Null Drifter. Another Ugin, I swear. Worst case scenario right there. I'll play Ghost Quarter. Hold up the ability to respond. They'll cast the K command to scry, draw, and ramp. Yes. X equals 3. Actually, I guess I should wait. Yeah, I'll wait until after this resolves. That way if they scry 2 top, we can shuffle their deck. Perfect. So I'm going to get rid of the Urza Saga and then pass. You might not have many basics left. At this point, we'll hold. Cavernous Souls, name Eldrazi. Do you have what you need? So this looks like a Glaring Flesh Rake. Yes. Do you have the Blade of the Blood Chief? What's this? Oh, it's an Emrakul, son of a... And at this point we pass in full, nothing we can do about that. Clearly don't have the combo, otherwise they just win. Not playing a land here is smart. Returning Emrakul to hand might be correct. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We'd be short. Next turn they can at the very minimum hit me for 15 down to 13. So yeah, returning Emrakul to hand is right. Our best case scenario off the top now is a Malevolent Rumble. Draw. Oh, alright. Let's send it. Here's a Rumble. So this will be... We gain nothing from this except for the Rumble. You gotta be... Oh no, I guess we gain return. You gotta be joking me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I mean, we can summon Myco Spawn for what it's worth, but is that worth it? Let's confirm here real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7. 8. 9, 10. We're short 3. So I think going to summon Myco Spawn might be correct. Damn. Yep, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'll kick the Myco Spawn. We'll kick the Temple to reduce their resources. We'll block the Glaring Flesh Rake. They don't play Thought Not Seer main, so that's fine. We could go Ugin Lab and tuck an Ugin. That's not a bad idea. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So yes, well, Ugin Lab. Tuck Ugin. Next turn we can cast Emrakul if we live. And hold. Sack to Rumble. No. Flesh Rake. Yikes. This is concerning. Down to 16. They're 3 off of winning. Malevolent Rumble. That'll be 2. They whiff across the board. Down to 14. They can draw a card with Vexing Bauble. Plays a forest. And that will do it. Yes. Because it'll ETB, I'll drain 2 down to 12. Not to mention the Ballista. And triggers concede. Yep, you got it. So, Basking Broodscale, lost for game 1. Let's move the sideboard. Let's take a look at Basking Broodscale. We are really just bringing in Dismember, cutting Emrakul Gemstone. I mean, bringing in the Consign isn't bad, but also the returns are good, right? Yeah, I think we do want to bring in the Consigns, though. We dump the not the Ghost Quarter. I guess we could, but definitely want to dump the Gemstone. Dump an Emrakul. Dump a Sire. And I guess we could go 2 Chrysalis, realistically speaking. The Ghost Quarter is kind of iffy. It can be good. It also can be kind of meh. Bojuka Bog is necessary, though. So I wonder if we do just cut the Ghost Quarter and keep a Chrysalis at least. That way we can cut a Chrysalis next time. Alright, let's run it like this. Bit awkward. Karn, of course, is the best card in this matchup by far. On the play for game 2. This hand really has nothing going for it short of the Dismember. Oh, what could we even draw into a Rumble? That's 4 hits, and that's about it. So Myco Spawn might be okay, but it's not going to be kicked. So I think we mulligan, as awkward as that is. This one's better, much better in fact. We'll pitch the Bojuka Bog. Keep. Opponent goes to 6. Oh, no, they actually start with 7. Done. Wooded Foothill. They do play Boseiju. So I'm going to go for Forest. Utopia Sprawl. For red or for blue? For red. And pass. Next turn we can Rumble. Prismatic Vista, fetch, We're going to see a Blade of the Blood Chief. We're going to see us Stirrings. Yep, okay. Stirring finds a Cavernous Souls. That's fine. Probably the lowest impact thing we could see. At least one of. Malevolent Rumble. That is a bit rough, I will admit. But we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So just a land will cut it. We could go Verdant Catacombs to fetch for a breeding pool, though. So we'll go Verdant Cat. In fact, we could fetch for a Hedge Maze. Yes, no reason to reveal the temple. So we'll go Verdant Cat and go for a Hedge Maze then. That way we have access to blue. There's Temple. We'll kick the Temple. There is a Flesh Rake. It's a bit concerning, I will admit. Pause on end step. Fetch with the Verdant Cat. Hedge Maze. Trigger. Of course we see Breeding Pool at this point. I mean, if I kick the Temp, that might be enough. Trying to think. Because the alternative option is that I go Temple then return, but I think Temple, if we do that, we end up with 5, end up with 7. We lack a land drop. So you know what? I'll put this on top then. Draw, Temple, kick the Myco spawn. The K command for their following turn is a bit concerning though, because they could potentially go for the win. Right now, no reason for the Bajuka Bonk, so I'm going to go with an Eldrazi Temple instead. And pass. There's a Saga, so this way they're going to look for the Blade of the Blood Chief. There's Rumble. Imagine they grab Basking Broodscale. Choose Blade of the Blood Chief. So that must mean they have the Basking Broodscale in hand. There's Karn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can't do everything. But I certainly can play Karn. Access the 6. I guess we could go Chalice on 1, funny enough. KGC. Minus KGC? No, maybe not. I think we go Liquid Metal instead. Yeah. Shock and Breeding Pool. Because now they need a Thief of Existence. No attacks. Liquid Metal Coating, target their Forest or their Saga, their Forest. Pass. They have the Cavernous Soul, so if they have the Thief of Existence, they will be able to play it. That's the only concern. No Thief. There's the Blade. What else do you got, friend? Attacking would be pointless. They can K command for 2. I will Liquid Metal Coating target Saga, see if they want to make a construct now. They do. Perfect. And we'll ETB trigger, that's fine though. Plus trigger 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I will cast. Do we cast K return now is the question. They do have Revitalizing Repass in the deck, which would make it indestructible, right? Or is it hexproof? I forgot. But this will set them back to 2, so I think this is still correct. So let's do Talisman of Curiosity. We'll play the Null Drifter next turn. Okay, return. Sweep. Triggers, go to combat. As long as we can retain the Karn on board, we're solid. And pass. Saga trigger. That looks like a Thief of Existence or a Broodscale. Broodscale's fine. We can sweep the board of Broodscale. Don't even need to do that. In that case, Local Metal Coating target Saga. KGC plus on Saga. Triggers Blade. I'm doubting you're going to want to block. On a 16. I'll cast Null Drift. K return. We could sweep the board of the Broodscale, but Bone's gonna scoop. We'll take it. And for game 2. And let's go to game 3. Bring back the Gemstone, cut the second Chrysalis. And run it back. Yeah, I'll update the sideboard guide. I think this might just be better. Have more interaction for the matchup. On the play for game, or on the draw for game 3. Always get those backwards, I swear. I mean, drawn to a soul land is solid. Drawn to a green source, it's solid. I'll keep. It's a risk, but it's keepable. Best case scenario is a temple on 2. That'd be able to give us a command. You have 2 draws to draw into lands. And the good news is we have 22, but we have 2 tapped. Prismatic Vista, fetch. Stirrings, Blade, yee. That's the worst case scenario right there. Stomping Grounds is good. We'll go Forest, though I kind of wish that was a breeding pool, I'm not gonna lie. For blue, and pass, and pass. Saga. There's the Basking Broodscale. I desperately need a soul land here. It's not a soul land. Shit. Okay. We might be able to play around this, though. Stomping Ground Shock, Utopia Sprawl for blue. Guess we could go for red. Shock. Utopia Sprawl. For red. I'm gonna hold up the consign. Let's see if we can play around this. Saga trigger. There's the land. They equip. They adapt. Activate ability. Trigger. I chose red and blue. Consign to memory. Now we need to hope they have a walking ballista. They'll attack for 3. Okay. Hedge maze, not what I wanted to see. This is awkward. I really needed a color source. So I can Sowing Mica Spawn. Ugh. What in the world? Maybe we should have put the Utopia Sprawl in the Stomping Grounds, because right now... Oh, I guess it wouldn't matter. What I need is another free blue source. The Hedge Maze isn't it. We could just hold up the hedge, or we could hold up the Consign. Alternatively, I can go Myco Spawn, non-kicked, find, whatchamacallit? Find Breeding Pool untapped. That doesn't help us with the command is the problem. We desperately need to be able to command. Right now we just can't. Hedge Maze trigger. Dismember top. Okay, so basically if I can survive the turn, we can kill the Broodscale. We'll pass. Trigger, float 1. Oh, shit. Here we go again. Actually, which one are you targeting? Yes, you are. You can't adapt, so I'll just replicate. Target 1. Target 2. Trigger. Target 2. We pass. I have no recourse at this point. If you have it, you have it. Cauldron. Cauldron can put a token. Oh, yeah. Damn it. Maybe, in retrospect, okay. So in retrospect, I should have played the Myco spawn, I guess, because at least then I would have been able to have a blocker, I suppose, in case they didn't have any. Oh, never mind. It didn't matter. Okay. I will concede. Unfortunate. I just run to the wrong things at the wrong time. I just desperately needed a colorless source. I just couldn't find it. Unfortunate. You win some, you lose some. Unfortunately, we did lose that one, but we'll be back for round 6. Alright, and we're back for round 6 on the play for game 1. Let's take a look. I will keep. So we'll go Ugin Lab, Imprint Emrakul. At worst, turn 2 is a Divination with Null Drift or Evoked. At best, we draw into Malevolent Rumble into Kozilek's Command. So 8, 7 hits? 7 hits, yeah. Even a Temple or even a Talisman would be fine here. Specifically Talisman of Curiosity. Because that way you can go Ugin's Lab, Talisman of Curiosity, Temple, and then Evoke as well. So you have a decent number of hits off top here. That'll be pretty happy with. Opponent goes down to 6. Let's see if they keep 6 or go down to 5. Played against Soggy Cheers before, but I forget what they were on last time. I want to say Energy, but also I could probably point towards like half of my opponents and say they're on Energy. I'd probably be right. Well, half the time. Emrakul, pass. We'll hold up Billy Respond on the off chance that's relevant. There's a tower. So it's on Tron. Okay. Map. I almost missed that. Draw. Sprawl. Interesting. So I'm tempted to go Sprawl. Because that would set up 6 mana on 3, right? Yeah. I'm gonna go Windswept Teeth, fetch. I think I want a Myco spawn for Ghost Quarter. So let's go Breeding Pool, Shock. Null Drifter. For a Divination. Draw 2. There's the Myco spawn we were looking for. And pass. So this way, if they play a Tron land, we will just play Myco spawn. Writhing Chrysalis. Sowing Myco spawn. No reason to do much else. 1, 2. Would have liked to have been able to kick, but here we are. I'll grab Ghost Quarter and hold. Draw. PowerPoint. Pass. Next turn we'll be able to play the Null Drifter. And the benefit of that is Annihilator triggers. We'll be able to start true. Hello. That's interesting. This is not what I expected. So this is Blue Tron. Okay. Oh boy. There's this Power Plant. They'll play Power Plant. And draw. Utopia Sprawl. Let's first go to combat. Play Temple. And cast Null Drifter. My def. 2, 4, 6, 7. I must be. Draw 2 and pass. Next turn we can World Breaker if they have Tron. They clearly didn't have a Condescend, and Annihilator will help out a lot here. Alright, so they have Tron. Do they have Karn? That's the next question. And if not, do they have Portent? That would be a bit concerning because it would be an X equals 7, and those numbers are pretty good for them. Yikes. They have 6 cards in hand. So must have Natural Tron and the map to back them up? Jeez. I mean, if the choice was obvious, I feel like they'd be making it. I feel like if they have Portent, they would just wheel. Because if we get a turn to attack, we should be able to do a good amount of damage. 4. There's Karn. We can grab Bridge, but we'll still be able to attack. Otherwise, you could go Stonebrain, chooses Liquid Metal Coating. I think that's a mistake. Draw. That resolves. Go to combat. The thing is, they'll just sack Karn at this point. We have to attack Karn. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that fact. Annihilator, they'll sack Karn. My worry was a Dismember. I don't attack both at Karn. So Karn down. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'll go Eldrazi Temple and World Break. You need a consigned memory. I'll take out Power Plant. World Breaker resolves. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We're currently short on Emrakul, so we'll pass at this point. I guess we'll hold up the ability to respond on the off chance that's relevant. Another power. Jesus Christ. Opponent, you just have everything, don't you, bud? If they play Karn again and go for Bridge, we'd be in a bit of trouble. Maybe down to 3. 4 cards in hand and 9 mana. We'll attack the world. Oh, if the Null Drifter next turn, they'll sack the Liquid Metal Coating. Is that enough? 8. Portent? Yeah, I think so. No, K Command X7. Exiling the Drifter. That's a bit smart. I like it. There's KGC. So KGC can go for bridge now. Yep. So the only way we can get through Karn is we draw into a K command. Draw. There's nothing I can do about that. Draw. Cavernous Souls. Well, that would have been nice. Now, wouldn't it? Interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is the problem. We're still short on the Ugin. Play Cavernous Souls, name Eldrazi. I can't attack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Rough. So now they get the liquid metal coating. Minus for what? For Stone Brain. That's fine. Cast Stone Brain. Naming what? Karn? If we can get this Ugin on board, we're in a good spot. Again, even if we find a K command, we can plus them. And that would also work. Choose World Breaker. Well, you're going to be disappointed. You only find one. Why would you not go for Karn? Maybe because you don't think we have Karn. Well, liquid metal will still target something's the problem. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Still going to be short. They aren't going to want me to cast the Writhing Chrysalis, so we'll pass. Liquid metal coating. Target what? Interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I will return. Actually, is there a reason to return Emrakul to hand right now? If he drawn to a Rumble, then yes. So I will return Emrakul to hand. Myco Spawn. So I will kick a Myco Spawn. For the love of God, don't have another power plant. I can go Stomping Grounds or a Forest here. Forest, Gemstone Cavern, red, green, colorless. And now we pass. And pass. Writhing Chrysalis can attack unless you get under 2. Plus Karn. There's a tower. Perfect. And there's K command as well. So we should just be able to go to combat here. Writhing Chrysalis at Karn. Karn down. K command. K command. That is fine. Yes. Second main. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, so we can still go Ramp Scry Draw. X equals 11. K return bottom. K return bottom. K return bottom. Jukabog bottom. Have we played a land this turn? I don't believe so. Talisman bottom. Ugin bottom. And let's see. Sanctum of Ugin bottom. Stomping Grounds bottom. Ugin bottom. Grossus bottom, and we'll top an Emrakul as well. Cast Emrakul the Promised End. Our turn, comrade. There's an Ugin Lab. A Talisman of Progress. Unfortunately, none of this does anything for me currently, due to the fact that we cannot plus bridge. So in that case, I will simply go to main. I mean, we just minus Karn at this point. I can't, so I'm going to choose not to, and then pass, and pass. Yeah, not too much I can do there, unfortunately. Ugin Lab, no imprint. Plays a Talisman. And draw. Yikes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. For red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess I can go. Ugh, I hate when I have to do it this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now we can Utopia Sprawl in the forest. I actually probably should put it on another one, in all reality. Ugin, no targets. Ugin plus. Forest. Utopia Sprawl. For red. And pass. All I need to do at this point is get to Karn. We should be fine. Portent, potentially. An Emrakul of their own. Well, it doesn't do too much, does it? Just draws me a card, really. You can rumble, I guess, find nothing. Why would you plus? What? Opponent, I don't think you understand how bad of an idea that is. The Kozilek's command would have been nice, I will admit. Like, you'll take nothing. There's no reason for you to. Wait, what? Opponent, don't do that. No, okay. I mean, yeah, you can kick Myco Spawn, target one of my lands, I suppose, but like, we're gonna ult Ugin. And that should just be the game. Okay. Ugin can target one of my sprawls. Get rid of a red source, sure. Kick one of my lands. That's fine too. You'll fail to find. But we have Karn in our deck. You should know that. You'll fail to find. Like if a Jukabog target me, I suppose. Okay, but Jugabog target me, sure. Alright, in these situations we do need to remember, okay, Surveil Land, worst thing would be a K command, I suppose. Misty Rain, yeah, you can keep that on top, that's fine. Sack a spawn, call it a day. Draw. I'll minus Ugin. Let's see. Karn. Null Drifter. Sire. Sire. Or Talisman. 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 Ugin. And Writhing Chrysalis. No Karn. Or no K command, rather. And done. Let's cast... Let's see... Talisman... 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 Sire 7 deaths... Sire 7 deaths... I guess I should have grabbed the Swine Mega Spawn. Whoops. Writhing Chrysalis trigger. Null Drifter. Actually, let me Misty Rainforest first. Misty Rain. Fetch. For Stomping Grounds. Shock. Null Drifter. Draw 2. Whiff there. That's fine. Because we can go Karn. Ugin. Target nothing. Let's see. Plus with Ugin. Draw a card. Utopia Sprawl. Minus KGC. Yes. For Engineered Explosives. Engineered Explosives. And Bone Scoops. Yep, there we go. Alright, win for game 1. Let's move on to game 2. Yeah, leaving Ugin unfettered is just not an option. They could have Thought-Knot Seer, so I am going to bring in Dismember. I'm going to cut the returns, though. And cut Bajuka Bog. Cut Emrakul and run it back. Not great, not horrible, but keepable. So we can go... Basic or non-basic doesn't matter here, so we'll keep. Pass. Devourer. So probably want to go Breeding Pool, Shock, Utopia Sprawl for red. Unless we draw into a Lab. Exile 3. Lab, Imprint, Devourer. Talisman. Map. Interesting. I'd love to see a Lab here. Ghost Quarter. Ghost Quarter can set them back, actually. It's on the back 1. I think we do need to go Wooded Foothills, though. Fetch. Breeding Pool. Shock. Sprawl. For red. And pass. And pass. There's Talisman, Gemstone, and draw. Ugin's Lab. Let's first Malevolent Rumble. Actually, do we want to first Malevolent Rumble? If I Ugin Lab, Imprint Sire. Yeah, I guess we do want to Rumble here. There's Ugin. We can't cast Ugin yet. I'm tempted to go Temple so I can dig deeper next turn. Yeah. Play Talisman. And hold up Dismember if needed. Crack Map for Labs. They have 6 next turn. Could be Karn into Liquid Metal. Do they imprint? Yes. There's their own Ugin. There's Karn. I'll float a mana in case it's relevant. Minus for Liquid Metal Coating. The good news is we can K command on my upkeep. Yes, that is fine. And draw. What are you targeting with this? Okay. Let's scry draw here. We're looking for Karn. X equals 3. No Karn, so I'll bottom all. And draw. And draw. There's Karn. Perfect. So I'll play Eldrazi Temple and cast Karn the Great Creator. Nice thing is too, this Talisman was cast earlier, so I can plus on Talisman of Impulse and smack Karn in the face. And pass. There's a tower, that's fine. I can plus Karn on a talisman, we'll dismember it, smack Karn again. Potentially even Ghost Quarter something. Plus on Liquid Metal, you can hit my Karn, but that wouldn't be the move unless you have removal. I guess I do need to be a little bit worried about like a K command, I suppose. Combat. They're thinking hard here, so it feels like they have something in hand. Alright. Temple. Alrighty. Well, I will dismember Liquid Metal Coating. Karn plus on Talisman. Go to combat. Attack Karn. No K command. I'll play Talisman of Curiosity. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll play Ghost Quarter and hold. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 next turn. Another KGC. And they can grab Bridge. That is unfortunate. Yes. I guess if I had Ghost Quarter, they wouldn't have been able to do both. Leveler? Oh, that's a mistake. At least I'm pretty certain that is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They could have the last Tron land, theoretically, but that would be a hot, tall ask, I think. So I'm going to... I guess I can hold off on the Liquid Metal Coating for now. Or not the Liquid Metal, but the Quarter for now. Interesting. Very interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm going to return, so go to end step. Return Sire to hand. Hold up the Ghost Quarter. Go to draw. There's Consign. That was actually very useful. Plus Karn on Talisman. Go to combat. Attack Karn. I will Ghost Quarter target Ugin's Lab. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We wouldn't be able to consign and Sire's the only thing. So Ugin out. Because Ugin's a great mirror breaker. And I think we'll just hold the consign then, because I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they'll need a soul land, specifically a lab, or the mine, right? We can hold up the consign. And pass. I guess the one downside of doing this is that they can definitely plus on the talisman. We have no way to actually get rid of it. That is one downside here. Stock up resolves. I think that's what they were trying to cast earlier, not realizing sorcery speed only. Yeah, the plus Karn on the talisman as a blocker. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. But they're looking for mine specifically. The problem is the unearth afterwards, so you really need a K command to deal with it. So yeah, if they find the mine, we're in trouble. If they don't, we're in a solid position. Tower, thank God for that noise. Karn tick up. And pass. Second consign. Well, I will take up with Talisman and attack at Karn. No reason for me not to. At this point, we'll hold with the consign in hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A land will get them to the cityscape. Imprint or no imprint? No imprint. They have to know that we could have a consign. Portent of Calamity. That's also okay, though. So they find not much to speak of, actually. Devour of Destiny, we will consign to memory. Replicate on creature. And 1. And done. 1, 2. Yes. Second. And we're going to pass in full. Karn plus. Draw. Misty Rain. Misty Rain's still a bit bothersome. Plus with Karn on Talisman. Attack Karn. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We don't have another blue source is the problem. We'll hold up the consign again. For the leveler. There's the mine. Shoot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Leveler. Target. Interesting. I will choose you. Yes. Tap. One, two, three, four. I only have 7. K command resolves. Play the mine. Second one, and pass in full. Map. Plus on map. Yep, so they have a blocker now. Ugh. Messed up there. Fetch. For a forest. Draw. Null Drifter. I'm gonna minus with Karn at this point. Yes, for bridge. Play bridge. I guess actually first, let me do this. Blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I need to just play bridge, and I guess I can evoke Null Drifter. 2 on. Oh my god. I'm gonna kill myself with time here. Draw 2. Triggers. And pass. And pass. We can push ourselves up to 4, so they need a blocker. No doubt about that. All I need to do is get to Ugin, and get to Ugin quickly, though. That's the problem. Karn plus. There's Leveler. Emrakul. Which unfortunately means that they'll be able to take up Karn on bridge and attack bridge into Emrakul now. There's Consign. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can consign my sire's 7 deaths, in fact. But wait, then you wouldn't be able to attack with bridge. You should do this after combat, friend. Consign. Okay. Not much else on my sideboard that'll be of use right now. Minus Karn. You can use its ability. I guess you can see my sideboard, but... Draw. Oh, you grab the Talisman. I see. Play Talisman of Curiosity. Play Utopia Sprawl. for red. And pass. I should have plussed with Karn. Plus Karn on bridge. Exile it with K command. The good news is now I can grab back Bridge of Karn. And I can block Emrakul of Writhing Chrysalis. Yep. Attack me or Karn. Attack me. Block of Writhing Chrysalis. Down to 4. And draw. Minus Karn. Yes. For bridge. Play land. Cast bridge. And pass. Do you have a consign? You do. So that should be lethal damage then. I have no recourse. I'll concede with 3 minutes on the clock. Run it back as is. Actually, we'll cut the gemstone. Bring back Emrakul. Run it back. That was obnoxious. Christ almighty. Yes. Keep. Devour. Gemstone. Exile. Imprint. Emrakul. Cast Talisman. And pass. And pass. Stock up. Draw. Ugin Lab. Imprint. Sire. Pass. Land. Karn. In response. X equals 3. Top, top, bottom, draw, pass. Liquid metal, draw, forest, kick. I guess actually I should do this. Kick, target, temple, pass, hold, liquid metal, should have went for probably a forest or stomping grounds in retrospect. That's fine. Yes. I'd like a land. Pass, draw. Go to combat. Attack Karn. Nope. Attack Karn. Cast Sowing Mycospawn. It will cost me the Sire, though. Grab Ghost Quarter and pass. And draw and Ghost Quarter, target mine, and pass. Liquid Metal, Karn pick up. Map, fetch. For lab, lab imprint. Ugin, draw. Combat, at Karn, at you. Ugh. Should have doubled at Karn. It's gonna cost me dearly now. Low block. Play Talisman of Impulse and pass. And pass. Karn tick up, or Liquid Metal Coating at Temple. Karn tick up. Portent reveals nothing of consequence. Cast Stock Up. I'd need a land now. Tower, map. Draw, land, imprint, combat, attack at Karn, attack at you. Cast and pass and pass. Map fetch for mine. Go to combat. Attack all at you. Pass 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Paying cost. K command. I mean, I'm going to pass in full here. Dismember. Pass in full. KGC. At this point, neither one of us can kill each other. I'm just passing full everything. And I think we'll win from there. Pass. Pass. And pass. Pass. Talk about coming down to the wire. Holy hell. Unfortunately, we missed tiebreakers by a narrow margin. Looks like Micro lost, which was our round 1 opponent. No, round 3. Ugh, by less than 3%. 67.78 to 65. I mean, our opponent match win was great. Both our opponents that we lost to got in. But I think because Micro lost, we ended up losing enough points to where we didn't get into top 8. So that's pretty unfortunate, but it is what it is. Trying to think back to my games that we won and lost there. Basking Broodscale, we lost to variance, unfortunately. Eldrazi Ramp. Game 1 was a bit rough because I was kind of rushed. Actually, that match in general was kind of rushed. Game 3, though, I did make a misplay. I should have, in retrospect, gone kicked Myco Spawn into non-kicked Myco Spawn. That way, the only way that they would have won on that turn would have been with a K command X4 excelling Myco Spawn. No, actually, even then, they would need to get rid of both Myco Spawn, right? Because we had enough to take both a hit from Emrakul and a hit from Myco Spawn. I think it would have been at 1, something to that degree. So yes, we did misplay there in that regard, rather than going for Karn into Bridge, which, to be fair, in my defense, they did not have the World Breaker. But we were contingent on that, whereas if we had instead gone with Myco Spawn kicked into Myco Spawn, we weren't then contingent on World Breaker, them having World Breaker. We were then contingent on them having 2 pieces of removal. After that, we could have always either cast our Emrakul or Karn into Bridge. So I think based on that, we did make a major misplay for game 3 of that match. Otherwise, solid wins. I mean, we won against Energy all the way through. We won against Amulet Titan, which is notoriously a bad matchup that we turned positive. Tron we won against. The only other loss was against Basking Broodscale combo. So overall, pretty solid challenge. Happy with the results. Obviously, would have liked to have topped 8, but I'll take the 10th place win. So with that being said, as always, if you guys did enjoy today's video, please do consider hitting the like button, comment down below if you did see any lines that I missed, any mistakes that I made, or any general feedback. It is always appreciated. For as much as I hope that you all learn from me in both my success and failure, I hope that you all can teach me something as well. Last but not least, if you have reached the point in the video and haven't already, please do consider hitting the subscribe button. We're getting closer and closer to our next goal of 1,000 subscribers. At that point, we'll be able to begin monetizing these videos and yeah, make more Magic Gathering content and save up towards a streaming PC where I can start streaming live on Twitch as well, where I can talk to you in between rounds. In the meantime, if you would like to support me monetarily, you can do so over on Patreon, where you can get early access to these videos. In fact, for those over on Patreon right now, they actually get 2 videos today, because I did record a challenge earlier today, as well as this one. You also get early access to updates to my deck guide, as well as my sideboard. With that being said, though, as always, thank you all for joining me today, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye!